come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
To the semifinals to be handed out as we move to Class 1A. We have handed out finals tickets in Class 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and now we close things off here in Class 1A. Greetings from inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville, and high above court number 1, it is the newcomer, the Dunkerton Raiders, getting set to take on the St. Ansgar Saints as Dunkerton making their first ever trip to the state tournament, looking to make their first ever trip to the state finals. St. Ansgar, on the other hand, they've been here for the last 2 years, but it's been quarterfinal disappointment for the Saints. They finally made it back to the semifinals, now trying to make their first appearance in the state finals in school history. Hello, everybody. I'm Zared Eggestal, joined by Rodney Tomlinson, and here we go, Class 1A. The other Class 1A game is already underway between Janesville and North Tama. Final game of the night here between Dunkerton and St. Ansgar. And Rodney, should be an exciting one between these two teams.
It should be. We're setting up for a great finish. And if you're tuning in wondering why we're not even underway yet, we had 2 5-setters ahead of us, and the last one went 4. I thought we were headed for 5 in that one. So we're a bit behind, but, good things come to those who wait.
Absolutely.
Or so they say.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so far, it has not always been rainbows for the 1 seed so far in this tournament here on this court today. 2 of the 1 seeds have gone down. 2 of the 1 seeds have advanced. St. Ansgar, the last of them, trying to make it 3 out of 5. Let's take a look at our road to state and how these two teams got here. First of all, we'll talk about Dunkerton. 30-11 on the season, and they had a thriller with BCL UW, who is a tournament mainstay in the quarterfinals yesterday. They won 3-2. Now look at that. They took the first 2 sets, lost set 3 and set 4, but were able to bounce back to win set number 5. On the other side for St. Ansgar, 29-4 this season. They defeated East Mills in the quarterfinals. A much simpler quarterfinals for St. Ansgar, 25-11, 25-16, and 25-8 in that one. We talked about St. Ansgar. We're here in 2023. We're here in 2024. Lost in the quarterfinals in both of those. Last year, they were the number 2 seed. They went down in the quarterfinals, the 7-seeded Janesville, who was here playing once again, and go all the way back to 2023. They were the 5 seed, lost the 4-seeded BCL-UW. On the flip side, Dunkerton, their first ever appearance, as we mentioned before, but it has not been easy for Dunkerton. Dunkerton had to take down Holy Trinity Catholic, who, of course, has been one of the teams that's always down here in Class 1A. 4 straight appearances for Holy Trinity Catholic. They had to win that in 5. Yesterday, they had a win in 5, and now here they are, hoping to find another win, maybe not in 5.
So what you're saying is plan on 5 tonight. That's what I'm hearing is 5 seems to be the pattern. And yeah, the question that comes up when you talk about it in this situation, they use so much energy to get here. Do they have more in the tank for tonight? Is it just young enough and just play on, or at some point does that catch up to them? We'll find out.
Yeah, that is a big question ahead for the Dunkerton Raiders. Can they maybe channel some of the momentum? Maybe you find momentum from that comeback victory yesterday. We will find out. Only time will tell. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we are getting you set for the first serve between St. Ansgar and Dunkerton. Next here on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a 5th-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
Back here inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville as we get set for high school volleyball here in Class 1A. St. Ansgar and Dunkerton ready to do battle. You're watching the 2025 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As a sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, the Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we are investing in Iowa's future. Thank you to the Iowa Farm Bureau for sponsoring this state tournament, along with all the state tournaments for the Girls High School Athletic Union. Well, one final ticket to hand out to the finals. The opponent will be either Janesville or North Tama. Quick update, what's going on over there. Janesville has set point in the first sets, and they will play on there. North Tama winning in the quarterfinals, get a chance to take on Janesville in that one. What we just saw in Class 2A, it was Denver, number 1 seed in Class 2A. They advance, and a little bit of an upset on the other side of the bracket as number 3 Hinton took down number 2 Dyke New Hartford. So instead of it being that Denver-Dyke matchup that we thought we might get to those two teams so close to each other in proximity, instead the Blackhawks of Hinton will play for the state title in Class 2A. All of our state titles will be played tomorrow, starting with the Class 5A state title at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, we talked about it on the other one, how close the 2 and 3 actually were. So upset technically, yes.
On paper, yes. Of course, somebody's got to be number 1. Somebody's got to be number 8. Sometimes, some years you're like, there's really not much difference between number 1 and number 8. Some years there are a little bit of difference between those two teams, number 1 and number 8, and everybody in between. But what's great about Iowa high school volleyball is there are so many good teams that when you get down here, you just never know. That's why we got plenty of higher seeds, couple of 5 seeds playing for state titles tomorrow. All right, with that, let's go downstairs for today's introductions.
Welcome to tonight's 2025 Girls State Volleyball semifinal matchup featuring the Saints from St. Ansgar and the Raiders from Dunkerton. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. And now it's time to introduce the players and coaches in tonight's semifinal matchup. First, for the Dunkerton Raiders, the non-starters. Number 6, Mariah Boshin. Number 9, Riley Cutsforth. Number 10, Kenzie Jasper. Number 12, Olivia Stafford. Number 14, Maddie Wells. The assistant coach, Hannah Fetkelther. And the starting rotation for Dunkerton, number 6, a 5'6" junior. Number 2, a 5'7" senior, Delaney Tonoff. Number 3, a 5'9" junior, Kylie Paxa. Number 5, a 5'8" senior, Daisy Fetkeller. Number 8, a 6' junior, Taylor Kipp. Number 11, a 6' junior, Haley Kipp. Number 15, a 6'1" freshman, Brinley Ash. And the libero, number 1, a 5'3" junior, Ava Fueling. Head coach for the Raiders, Brittany Weedman. The Raiders. And now let's meet the Saints from St. Ansgar. First, the non-starters. Number 1, Lexi Jewell. Number 4, Andrea Paulson. Number 7, Kylie McNutt. Number 9, Sophia Huseman. Number 12, Andy Baker. Number 19, Alexis Frine. And the assistant coaches, Courtney Jorgensen, Logan Zipsey, Keely Schwiesaw, Katie Brinkman, and Kennedy Schwiesaw. And the starting rotation for the Saints. Number 2, a 5' senior, Macy Meyer. Number 3, a 5'8" senior, Ava Falk. Number 6, a 6'1" senior, Lindsay Cruzy. Number 8, a 5'11" senior, JC Johnston. Number 16, a 5'8" junior, Quinn Osgood. Number 22, a 5'8" senior, Sophia Parrott. And the libero, number 23, a 5'3" senior, McKenna Norby. Head coach for the Saints is Stephanie Beaver. The Saints. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this match are first referee Ashley Pierce, second referee Haley Gedkin, and the line judges Brian Rodemeyer and Mark Royer. Volleyball fans, who's ready for state tournament volleyball?
Well, here we go, the Class 1A semifinals. It is the number 1 seed, the St. Ansgar Saints, and the number 4 seed, the Dunkerton Raiders, getting set for first serve here this evening. We'll punch one more ticket to the state finals. Well, Rodney, what do you got for keys for this game? We'll start first with the 4 seed in Dunkerton.
Well, Dunkerton had to win 16 of their last 18 to get this far. They are the Cinderella story here. It is their first time. Nerves are going to be the key. It's not their first game, but nonetheless, first time they've been this far for sure. So they've got to settle down and hit the nerves. You've got number 3, Rexa, has 4 kills per set. She's got to hit that and keep it up for them. So that's a couple of things on the side of the net for Dunkerton.
How about St. Ansgar?
Well, St. Ansgar, number 6, Lindsay Cruzy, TIC East Player of the Year. She needs to have a good night for her. She leads the team. She sets the pace. They'll look to her.
Those are the keys to the match. We are ready to go here from Coralville as we will set the lineup. Stephanie Beaver in her second year at the helm of this St. Ansgar Saints team. Both years she's been at the helm, they have been here at the state tournament. 56-11 is her overall record. And on the other side, it is Brittany Weidman. Weidman, 5 years now here at Dunkerton. She spent a few years coaching Century High School in Rochester before coming here to Dunkerton and now leading the Raiders to the school's first ever state tournament appearance, trying to get them to the state finals. We are ready to go. Macy Meyer will lead things off. She will serve, and we are underway here from Coralville. Dunkerton starts. We've got a whistle, a net violation to start things off as Dunkerton was going right to their junior outside hitter, Kylie Pexa, and instead whistled dead for a net violation against St. Ansgar, so Dunkerton will lead 1-0.
And they'll take it any way they can get there. A good start, they'll take it, get one on the board, and go from there.
Pexa will serve now. It is received by St. Ansgar. They go right down the middle with Cruzy, one of the best and most efficient hitters in Class 1A this year. Meyer plays it back off the block, and St. Ansgar on the board as Ava Falk, the senior outside, will find one.
Falk found enough opening to the net to just power that one through. Looking for more of that out of the corner.
And that will send Falk back to serve for the Saints, received by Pexa. And that one sent long, looking for a touch, not going to get one. The attack by Haley Kipp, the senior of the two Kipps. Taylor Kipp, a junior. Both stand at 6 foot for Dunkerton. Pexa receives again. That was Taylor Kipp this time. Pexa with the overpass, but keeps the ball up for Dunkerton on the slide, and the kill comes in for St. Ansgar. Give that one to Cruzy, coming out on the slide.
Cruzy, a big head of steam behind that one. 8 up, Tonoff on the other side.
Taylor Kipp will punch that one over. St. Ansgar will dump it right back. Sophia Parrott, new to the Saints team, and she finds one there, clicking with her teammates. Saints lead early by 3. Timeout on the floor for Dunkerton. We'll take it as well. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Coralville. It is St. Ansgar leading 4-1 over Dunkerton here in the early goings of this opening set. Talked about Cruzy, how efficient she has been so far this year. Number 1 in kill efficiency in Class 1A. 541 is her hitting percentage. She has been incredible. Got a couple of kills already today. And there comes Taylor Kipp.
And Kipp making her presence felt there on that one. Had a nice clear vision to let that one go.
Now on that same kill efficiency list, Taylor Kipp is number 3 and Kylie Pexa is number 5. So 3 of the 5 top hitters, most efficient hitters, I should say, in Class 1A this year, all on the floor. And Cruzy finds another one for the Saints.
So you're saying if they get the opportunity, look for the point.
So far this year, that is the way it's gone for these two teams. Cruzy will serve. Good diving serve there. Dunkerton just has to come over with it. They're going to set Johnston this time. Taylor Kipp off the block, tooled that one perfectly off the middle.
Block was there. She used it to her advantage and give the point. That one's going to go to the Raiders.
Ash will go back to serve now for Dunkerton. Brindley Ash, just a freshman out there for Dunkerton. The back set, Johnston will tip it over. And we've got a whistle as Dunkerton was into the net this time. Brindley Ash going to be one of those we talk about for some time. Freshman, 6'1", right side, her primary position, playing to the back row right now for Dunkerton. And the serve will come. St. Ansgar leads by 3. They'll go middle, overpass, and that is going to go way out on the strike down the middle. As that was Daisy Fedkether, the senior, averaging almost 3 kills per set this year for Dunkerton.
Well, that's got a good first one for her there, and she got a solid strike on that one. All the power came back.
Dunkerton goes down early, now back to within 2 as Kipp will serve, but serves that one a bit long, so St. Ansgar's lead will grow to 3 as the Saints quickly side out. Quinn Osgood, the junior, back to serve now. She goes all the way back to the end line before she'll bring it on over with her jump serve. Pexa will go over with it for Dunkerton. Blocked at the net, but blocked out on the strike by Ava Falk. Couple of kills now for Falk. We talk a lot about J.C. Johnston. We talk about a lot about Lindsay Cruzy. Cannot forget about the striker in Ava Falk.
Well, the block was there, just angled wrong. They're going to have to seal that a little bit tighter and get the angle correct to keep that in play.
How about an ace serve? Quinn Osgood finds a Channel Seed ace serve. Find your local dealer at channelseed.com. Osgood will serve once again. Dunkerton will receive this time. They get in the system with Pexa. She tried to cut it down the tape, and instead it's a bit short, and St. Ansgar's lead grows to 6.
Well, Pexa saw the opening just on the other side of the net up in the corner, but just a little too much off of it. Didn't clear the top.
This one's going to go sky high and long. It is 10-5 now. The lead in favor still of St. Ansgar, but a side out for Dunkerton, exactly what the Raiders were looking for. Daisy Fedkether will go back to serve. 57 service aces this year, second on her team for Fedkether. Johnston sends that one wide of the court. Johnston trying to take an angle there and hit line. Maybe get a touch if somebody sticks a hand up. Didn't get either, and Dunkerton's got back-to-back. Fedkether continues to serve. Johnston again blocked up front by Pexa. Here's Falk now, received by Pexa into the media stand below is Ava Fielding, the libero for Dunkerton, unable to quite get there, and the point will go to St. Ansgar.
Fielding over to check on the article being written down there at the table. Can't fault the effort.
J.C. Johnston will serve now. And that one is dunked over by Ash. And right back by St. Ansgar. Whistle. Lift violation going to be called against Dunkerton. And Johnston will go back to serve once again for the Saints. Taken by Pexa. They're going to try to set right back to her. Didn't get the set she was looking for, just had a free ball it. And that one's going to be sent long. No touch on the attack by Alexis Freehan.
And a great decision back row to pull the arms down and let that one just sail on by. That was Taylor Kipp.
They'll set it to Lindsay Cruzy, and she'll find the kill.
And like you said, she leads the team in kills, second in aces, first in blocks, so definite presence at the net.
Macy Meyer now back to serve for St. Ansgar. They'll go to Pexa. Pexa will tip back to the back row. They'll set to Falk this time, and Falk goes right down the line and finds the kill for St. Ansgar. Ava Falk has got her fourth kill of the match. Timeout Dunkerton. They'll take their final timeout as a 7-point lead for the Saints. We'll take it as well. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back inside the Extreme Arena here in Coralville as St. Ansgar has broken their huddle following the timeout. Both timeouts now used for Dunkerton, trying to regroup.
Well, they used that first one very, very early, trying to stop. They had a momentum getting away from them. They used it earlier than you would normally think, but they had to take the time to try to do what they could with it.
Macy Meyer will serve. And it'll be an ace. Macy Meyer picks up the second ace serve for St. Ansgar. Brought to you by Channel Seeds.
That's how you overcome the timeout.
Now 15-7. And Meyer will continue to serve. Meyer, the senior. A ton of seniors on this team. That time the serve will go into the nets. Of course, some of these seniors have been on the team the last couple of years down here at the state tournaments. Last year, following that game, Coach Beaver and the players talked about how disappointing it was to fall in the quarterfinals to Janesville, trying to avenge that and get to their first ever state title match in the sport of volleyball. That one's going to come down. Lindsay Cruzy finds another one down the middle.
And you talked about what a big difference that is, too, between St. Ansgar and Dunkerton being their first time here.
This is the 7th overall trip for St. Ansgar. Blocked at the net. Kip is. Pexa just going to have to free ball back to St. Ansgar. Saints will set it up to Cruzy, and did she find the line? She did. Corner pocket, back row. Lindsay Cruzy finds another one, and Cruzy off to a great start for the Saints of St. Ansgar. 5th kill for her. Falk has 5. Cruzy has 5. Overpass. Cruzy was there. It's going to be a free ball from Dunkerton. And St. Ansgar can't quite catch up to that one as Osgood came flying in, tried to just tip it over with the hand.
And that is a big break for the Raiders, giving them the free ball and still ended up with a point out of it.
Ash will go back to serve now for the Raiders. Check that. They were out of rotation. It will not be Ash. Instead, it'll be Haley Kipp. So Coach Weidman goes over and talks to the scorers table, make sure they're in the right rotation. They were not. And Cruzy's going to get another one. She's got a team high 6 kills now, 18-9 in favor of St. Ansgar. St. Ansgar 12 kills on just 2 hitting errors. On 19 total attempts, they're hitting .526 in this opening set. Service error now against the Saints. That'll get Dunkerton to the 10-point mark, still 8 points trailing the Saints. Now it'll be Ash that will go back to serve.
She'll get her chance this time.
She will. And Ash will bring it over the net. Diving serve. Dug out for a moment. It cannot be, though. Give that to J.C. Johnston up front. She'll have the kill.
Pexa tried to get to it, just couldn't keep it in play, couldn't control it.
Johnston picks up her second kill of the match. And the service now from Parrott overpass. Parrott will set in the middle to Johnston, and Johnston's got another one.
Well, this is full steam ahead right now for St. Ansgar.
Back-to-back kills for J.C. Johnston. And St. Ansgar leads 20-10 over Dunkerton. Kipp will bump that one. Pexa's going to have to hit from the back row. It is controlled by St. Ansgar. Osgood now. Pexa again in the back row for Dunkerton. Tipped by Kipp, and Taylor Kipp has got a kill. That'll be Taylor Kipp's third kill of the opening set. 5 kills, 2 errors for Dunkerton.
Just enough fingers on that one to direct it where she saw the open spot.
Dunkerton looking to make a run. Trailing this one by 9. Whistle. Out of rotation is Dunkerton. So they were nearly out of rotation earlier. They fixed it. This time they are out of rotation. And that will be an extra point that will go to St. Ansgar, now 21-11. And more importantly, it's a side out. St. Ansgar will serve once again. The serve will come from Osgood. That one's dumped over. Jousting between the two teams at the net. Who's going to play for control? It will be St. Ansgar, and they will find the kill. This time it's Ava Falk.
What an impressive setup that was. A huge back bump all the way across. Beautifully done. Set her up perfect.
Osgood will go back to serve once again. The 5'8 junior will jump it over. And that one is sent long. Fortunately there for Dunkerton. As might have been a little bit more miscommunication rather than letting that one go, but it works out in the end.
It worked out. I'm not sure, like you said, it was on purpose. They kind of looked at each other, looked at the line, looked at each other, but it worked.
And now we've got a whistle and another rotation violation for Dunkerton. They've given 2 free points to St. Ansgar, trailing this one now by 11.
And they were just all out of sorts here in the first set.
And, of course, no timeouts on the side of Dunkerton, so they'll have to let it play out and have a conversation in between sets. All St. Ansgar right now, 23-12. Ava Falk will attack. Ash will play it. Pexa will go over with a free ball. Ava Falk now just free balls it herself. Tipped over, down line, and that one is in. Give the credit to Delaney Toneff. Delaney Toneff, the most efficient setter in Class 1A this year, as she had over 1,000 assists, about 150 more than the next best setter in Class 1A. It has been a great year for Toneff. But Lindsay Cruzy has had a great day so far, and she finds point number 24. Macy Meyer will come in and serve. Set point for St. Ansgar. Toneff will back set this one. Oh, miscommunication there by Dunkerton. Both hitters thought it was being set to them. Instead, nobody makes contact with it. Ball down on the floor. St. Ansgar wins the first one, 25-13. Both teams will head to the tunnels. They will regroup. We will take a break, and we will come back. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville as we get set for set number 2. Let's take a look at our Sioux Cup stats in the opening set. And it was St. Ansgar dominating 25-13. The Saints 16 kills, just 2 attack errors on 26 attack attempts. They hit .538, 2 aces. Did not record a block. On the flip side for Dunkerton, 6 kills, 2 errors on 20 attack attempts, hit .200. No aces, no blocks for Dunkerton. And you see the digs also favoring the Saints, as that one is a cross-court shot. And St. Ansgar starts off where they left off in set number 1.
Yeah, no wasting time. They're going to jump right into this one, whether we're ready or not. They say, let's go.
Ava Falk finding her 7th kill of the match. And the service will come from Falk now. It'll be a free ball from Taylor Kipp. They'll set it up. Oh my, Lindsay Cruzy hammers that one home, and it's 2-0 Saints.
You think she's comfortable at the net? My goodness.
She has had a night so far. Again, the most effective hitter in Class 1A this season. Hitting almost 600 for the season, which is a video game number for Cruzy. Osgood now with the attack. It is blocked by Dunkerton. And the dunk over. Pushed back line, and this time it will go in for Osgood. Parrott tried to dump that one. Dunkerton was ready for the dump and came right back to Osgood, and she hits line, and it's 3-0 Saints.
And they are into set number 2, a full head of steam.
Falk continues to serve. Pexa trying to find one. Pexa again, this time it's into the net. And right back, it is 4-0 St. Ansgar.
Well, I heard you mention those other 2 number 1s that got upset. Now, you got them all excited and ready to go.
St. Ansgar trying to be the 3rd number 1 to advance on to the state finals. 2 of the number 1s went down today. They will play the nightcap. Whoever wins this will play the nightcap tomorrow. Into the kept alive there. Nice pancake from Pexa. This time it's down from Cruzy. St. Ansgar tried to go into the donut of Dunkerton the first time. It was a pancake up. And we've got a timeout on the floor. It is 5-0 St. Ansgar. They took the first set. Now they lead 5-0 early in this one. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville, the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Volleyball Championships. And right now it is all St. Ansgar as the Saints lead 5-0. Ava Falk will serve. Joust at the net, and Dunkerton is on the board as Kip wins the joust up top with Osgood.
Finally, something goes the way of the Raiders. St. Ansgar playing like they've got somewhere else to be.
Taylor Kip, the junior, will go back to serve. Trying to get some momentum back on the side of the Raiders. Osgood will attack, blocked at the net. St. Ansgar will get another opportunity with it. Again, a free ball from Dunkerton, not able to get into their offense, but they are keeping the ball up. Another block at the net
Great
for
scramble.
Dunkerton. Now St. Ansgar blocking Pexa. She'll have the free ball. Last 4 balls for Dunkerton have all been free balls, and this time the block is counted, and it is a point for Dunkerton back-to-back as Pexa gets up to deny.
She's right there on the net waiting for that one. Sent it back where it came from, and we're 5-2.
Taylor Kip will serve. The jump serve over the net. Taken by Meyer a little awkwardly, and it'll have to be a free ball. No in-system ball there for St. Ansgar. And that one is hammered home. How about that one for Haley Kip, the senior?
And all of a sudden, coming to life are the Raiders.
They gave up the first 5. Now they've scored the next 3. How close can Dunkerton get to the 5 of St. Ansgar? Kip will serve again. Another one. Out of system for the Saints. A chance to set it up. No, they can't for Dunkerton. Got St. Ansgar out of system, but was not received by Dunkerton. And so St. Ansgar will take it now 6-3. Cruzy to serve. Pexa will go over with it. Parrott plays it up. Osgood now will attack. Dug out in the back row. It goes over by Haley Kip, and they're going to get her for a lift violation.
Another one on the board here for the Saints.
I believe it should be 7-3. Scoreboard said.
I was going to say that went the wrong way, didn't it?
The last one went the wrong way. This one went the right way. And that one is down for a kill. And now they've corrected it. It should be 7-4.
Looking for a bigger spread when I looked up there. Like, it didn't look right.
Of course, our crew right on top of it. Having the correct score there, so you at home know what that score is. And that score is now 7-5. As St. Ansgar can't get that one to go over. So it's 5-0 in favor of St. Ansgar, now 7-5, as it's been a 5-2 run for Dunkerton. Tone up to serve. Johnston will tip. Dunkerton will have to free ball back. Johnston goes over with it. And now Pexa right over the tape. Osgood for St. Ansgar. Did that get blocked? No, it's going to be a 4-hit violation against the Saints. That was not blocked to the net. The Saints played it for a 4th time.
Well, if you're a Raider fan, you couldn't ask for much better than what you're getting right now. You were down and out early, and they've come back in it, trying to make a set out of it.
Johnston in the middle. She's blocked, and we're tied at 7.
Wow.
7 of the last 9 points have gone the way of Dunkerton, and now St. Ansgar wants to talk about it. 7-7 here in set number 2. The Raiders have come alive. We'll come right back. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville, it has been all Janesville in the other matchup here in Class 1A. Janesville leads 2-0 over North Tama, and they lead 10-5 in set number 3. Janesville trying to get a return trip to the state title to take on the winner of this matchup, and that is sent long, fresh out of the timeout. Great timeout there from Stephanie Beaver.
Well, we talk about that all the time. Calling the timeout and either ball into the net or the ball long, exactly what you're looking for if you spent the timeout.
Back to serve is Sophia Parrott. And Dunkerton tools one off the block with Haley Kipp.
There's a nice big swing off outside. Just hammers it off the block and out of play.
8-8 now our score as these two teams go back and forth here in the last few points. Osgood will swing, and that one's blocked back onto the court. A huge block from the freshman as Ash finds that one.
Just close that airspace down completely. Great block.
And it'll be a service error now against the Raiders as Pexa finds the nets. Quinn Osgood will go back to serve, the junior. Has been flying around out there tonight for St. Ansgar, and it is not going to be returned as 2 hits the call from our officials.
And the Raiders trying to pick that one out of the net and play it, but the ball played them instead, and they drew the whistle.
Service on the way is going to be a tough one to return for the Raiders, but they do it anyway. High level of difficulty there, but the kill will come in from Ava Falk.
Well, they played the harder of the two, but then were out of position when that one came back.
Yeah, that's sometimes the problem. When you play one out of system like that, you're not back in time for the next hit. St. Ansgar gets it over there quickly before Dunkerton can get back into system. Ava Falk looking for another kill. She'll lean back. It is up. And it keeps alive here for Dunkerton. And they find a point out of it with Haley Kipp. We got to go all the way back to the up there.
Fetkether.
As Fetkether did a great job of digging that one out.
Yeah, she kept the point alive. She didn't put it away, but they don't get it without her.
And now Kipp will serve long. So St. Ansgar will maintain the lead 12-10.
That just always hurts so much. You expend so much energy to get the point before and then just give it right back.
J.C. Johnston to serve for St. Ansgar. Rolls over the tape, played by Pexa. Now St. Ansgar will set it up in the middle to Lindsay Cruzy.
Cruzy says, I've been bored over here. Let me have another swing. Most of those have worked out well.
It has been a little while since Cruzy's been on the board, but she is back. She's hitting 750, folks.
Is that all?
She is 10 of 12 with no errors. Cruzy to swing again, and she'll add another one. Lindsay Cruzy, 11 kills on 13 attack attempts.
I was hoping you didn't unleash the announcer jinx on her there when she took that big swing, but you're off the hook. She got it down, got the point.
And Johnston will continue to serve. They'll set this one up to Ash, and it's blocked off the touch by Dunkerton, and St. Ansgar adds another tally.
And I believe that was Cruzy again proving I can play defense as well as offense.
And the serve is not handled, and ace serve for the Saints, 16-10. Our ace serves brought to you by Channel Seeds. Dunkerton wants to take a timeout. We were back and forth, and now St. Ansgar has reopened it up here in the second set. We'll come right back.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people. who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back inside the Extreme Arena here in Coralville. St. Ansgar breaking the huddle. The Saints have opened up a 16-10 lead.
Well, and it was all the effort from the Raiders. They had the momentum. It was on their side. They were rolling along. And all of a sudden, it just switched sides. And just like that, Saints, you blink, and they're up 6.
It has been like that today for St. Ansgar. Dunkerton feels like it's been right there throughout this part of the set. And then, yeah, like you said, you'll look up and all of a sudden it's a 6-point lead for the Saints. All over again. Good timeout by Dunkerton. You come right out, you get a side out. That's exactly what Coach Weidman was looking for.
They had to work a little bit for it, but they got it, and that is you spend it wisely, hope for the best. They've got it 5. They really can't afford to see it get much bigger.
Dunkerton has used both of their timeouts now in this set, so once again, the Raiders will have to let it ride the rest of the way. Pexa will play that one. Ash on the second hit. They'll go over with Taylor Kipp. And it is a Lindsay Cruzy show as she brings that one down Broadway.
My goodness. There's just a vapor trail of where she left that one.
Macy Meyer will serve. Pexa will attack, and that one will go out. It is now 17-12.
Meyer, great job getting the hands under it, but that's all she could do with it.
Fetkether back to serve now for the Raiders. They'll set it up to Cruzy. This time she's dug out.
Great
and
dig.
that one is relayed over. A great dig by Fetkether and an awesome relay by Taylor Kipp.
That's at least the second time we've seen her go down and just scrape one before it hits the floor.
17-13. And an ace serve, Fetkether. And the Raiders have back-to-back as Fetkether will find a channel seed ace serve.
And that adds a little pep to the step of the Raiders.
First ace serve of the match for Dunkerton. Meyer plays it. Taylor Kipp denies it back to the Saints. And again it is denied, but out. As Ava Falk will be credited for the kill. Taylor Kipp got up there, got the block on, but not the right angle.
All the way across to hit the pin to be ruled out.
Falk will serve. And Taylor Kipp will send that one down the line. She'll sneak that one in. It is 18-15.
Instead of going angle, she went up, saw the opening, readjusted, and sent it down the line for the point.
Taylor Kipp will serve. Rolls it over the tape. Another ace serve for Dunkerton. And just like that, the Raiders are back to within 2. They trailed by 6.
Never hurts to be a little lucky on top of being good.
They have scored 6 of the last 8 points. Osgood tips over. Pancake cannot come in from Pexa. And that's a huge side out for St. Ansgar.
What a great correction. Mid-air, she turned and redirected where that one was going.
It'll be Cruzy to serve. Pexa with the hammer.
You think she's a little frustrated? My goodness.
No. Okay, yes, it does count as a kill there for Pexa. And now that one will miss. And we will rotate now. It looked like St. Ansgar was rotating before. I thought maybe we had missed something from our officials, but no, it was a kill by Pexa, and the serve goes out, make it 20-17. Service will come from Parrott. Pexa plays the first, now it's Kip. Back to Pexa. She'll shovel it over, they'll set it up, and J.C. Johnston will find the kill in the back row. It's 21-17.
Johnston getting in on all the fun. She is number 2 on kills as well as blocks, and she'll put that one in the yes column.
Johnston 3 kills so far today. Her and Osgood have the second most, all behind Cruzy. Falk also up there with 9 kills. That time it's going to go long. And Dunkerton will get the serve back. It's 21-18. And the serve will go into the net, make it 22-18.
And that's the third time lately we've seen him give the free point right back to the Saints.
St. Ansgar 3 points away from taking a 2-0 lead. Janesville 5 points away from being the first 1A team to the finals. That one hammered down. We've got a whistle, and St. Ansgar was in the net. So net violation against the Saints, make it 22-19.
Well, the Raiders had it covered either way. Nobody was going to send that one back, so.
Haley Kipp will go back to serve now for Dunkerton. They'll set this one up. It'll be Falk, and it cannot be returned. Ava Falk is now in double figures. She's got 10 kills. Falk has 10 kills on 14 attempts. She's hitting 714. Cruzy's hitting 733. Those two have combined to put on a masterclass here in this one so far, 23-19. And St. Ansgar will get the set points.
You know, when it's going your way, it's going your way. That isn't at all what she had in mind when she left her feet, but it worked out.
24-19 set point for St. Ansgar. J.C. Johnston will go back to serve the set point. Pexa will receive. Dunkerton's got to have it. And Ava Falk is blocked at the net. This one's shoveled over, taken by Ash. Fedkether is blocked, and that will end the set. Give it to Lindsay Cruzy as Cruzy finds the block up front. 25-19. Dunkerton made a couple of runs. They trailed early, came back. They trailed in the middle of the set, came back, but in the end, St. Ansgar wins at 25-19. The Saints are one set away from their first ever state finals. We'll come right back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Ladies, the bake sale's about to start. Are you ready?
We've got this.
Okay.
Oh, guys, he's here.
Quick start delivery for Janet.
Bring it here. Let's get this bake sale going. Yeah. Come on. Best bake sale ever. Oh, yeah. Let's dig in.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
Back inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville, St. Ansgar doesn't use much of that set break to talk about things. They're ready to go. They want to get into set number 3. Dunkerton talking about things in the tunnel. Let's take a look at our Sioux Cub stats as we get set here for set number 3. It was 25-13, 25-19 in the first two sets in favor of St. Ansgar. And when we take a look at these Sioux Cubs stats, 30 kills for St. Ansgar, 17 for Dunkerton. Dunkerton not hitting pretty well. St. Ansgar hitting really well. 27 assists for the Saints, 16 for Dunkerton. 4 aces, 2 aces. Digs have been pretty even between the two teams, and Dunkerton, as of that last set, they've taken the lead when it comes to blocks. They've been blocking at the net really well. They've known they need to get in front of Lindsay Cruzy. They've known they need to get in front of J.C. Johnson and Ava Falk over there. They found some blocks, but just have not been enough yet.
Well, it seems like the blocks defense led to the offense for them. That kind of started them on the comeback when they started flipping things around a little bit, but just ran out of steam on it. And their opponent has been determined. Janesville has punched their ticket, so they'll be waiting for them tomorrow.
Absolutely. As Rodney mentioned, Janesville wins in straight sets over North Tama. North Tama's season will come to an end, and the Janesville Wildcats will get a matchup with either the Saints or the Raiders. Whoever it will be a newcomer to the state finals. Give the experience advantage to Janesville. Macy Meyer back to serve. St. Ansgar, their first ever state tournament appearance was in the fall of 1973. Have never been to the state finals.
Spectacular dig.
A great up there. And now we've got a whistle, and now they're going to say it was down.
Well, it looked really good.
It'll be Pexa back to serve. That one's over by Cruzy, and Cruzy showing some finesse. Most of her kills today have been the hammers, but that time she tips with the finesse.
It was the changeup. She took the windup and then just a little tap to it to send it down. So showing she can do more than just hammer on it.
It'll be Ava Falk to serve. And that one will go in off the block for Fetkether. So Fetkether will find one for the Dunkerton Raiders. 2-1. Much better start here in the third set for Dunkerton with their season on the line. 16 assists for Tonif so far. Again, the state leader in Class 1A this year with over 1,000 assists. And floating it over the block is Quinn Osgood.
Yeah, you mentioned her. She is the school's career leader in that stat, and no wonder at the way she does it. Just racks up the numbers.
Ash will swing. Macy Meyer plays it. They'll go over with Osgood. Again blocked at the net, this time for St. Ansgar. Pexa will set, and Fetkether just can't cut it enough. She tried cutting it down that line, actually cut it a little bit too much, and stays on her own side.
Well, Cruzy scored from everywhere else. See if she can score from behind the service line.
And she can.
And just like that.
Lindsay Cruzy finds the ace serve for St. Ansgar. That is the fifth ace serve now for the Saints.
Talked about her a lot. She is a Southwest Minnesota State commit.
She will be heading to Marshall, Minnesota. And that one is in. Got the line. Taylor Kipp adds one for Dunkerton to keep them to within one. And the serve this time will come from Ash. Glides that one right over the top of the net. J.C. Johnston looking for the kill, and she's got it.
And she turned her body just a little bit to deliver that, and we've sung the praises of Cruzy, but J.C. Johnston, Ava Fox, Sophia Parrott were all first team all-conference as well.
St. Ansgar winning the top of Iowa East outright this year. They have found a way to win the top of Iowa East, but not outright. They've shared with Osage. Of course, Osage, a power there in the top of Iowa East in volleyball as well. They were in a regional final in Class 3A this year. And, of course, have always been very good, have won a state title in the last half decade. And they've shared with Osage, but have not been able to win that outright title in the history of the TIC East. They finally got that done this year. Now they're trying to get their first ever state title match. This will be a free ball from Falk.
Nice
Dunkerton.
dig out of the net.
Dunkerton will keep that one alive, and it comes back to Cruzy.
Wow.
Another good up there for the Saints. Called for by Parrott. She put it over the net. Now Kip finds one down the line. It's tied at 5-5.
Kip says, that's all great. You guys are good. That was fun to watch, but I'm tired. Let's just end that.
We see that great up once again for St. Ansgar. And then the better kill from Taylor Kip on the right side.
Couple of really nice digs on both sides.
Fetkether will go back to serve for Dunkerton. Parrott will set. St. Ansgar goes over. Here's Pexa now. Tries to land that one in. Parrott plays it up. Osgood from behind the 10-foot volleyball line. And that one is hammered by Pexa. She saw that one with her eyes. The eyes get wide, and she hammers it home.
She tried the soft touch before and held everything back for that other one. She just let it go. Yeah, I think her eyes were the biggest saucers as she took off for that one.
Osgood at the net, blocked. Keep it alive. Fetkether into the net. And St. Ansgar knots us back up at 6. Again, we go back and forth, but as we get into this double figures mark, this is where St. Ansgar has really started to separate themselves in each of the first 2 sets. Can Dunkerton stay with them here in the third set? A must-win set for the Raiders.
They've got to somehow, some way, and that would be a good way.
And they find the kill and will lead the set. Taylor Kip will go back to serve for the Raiders. And that one's going to be down by Ava Falk. She'll tip.
Just a beautiful two-hand push. She went up there. I think they were expecting something a little more, and she just shoved it to the open spot on the floor.
J.C. Johnston back to serve now for St. Ansgar, and that one goes long. And Dunkerton right back out on top again.
Must have been an updraft in the arena. Seemed to catch that.
Tonev now will serve for the Raiders. Her diving serve comes on an overpass. Ash can't quite play it. The Raiders do send it back. Blocked at the net. How about the block up front from Haley Kip?
Kip was just waiting on that, all the power coming right at her, and she just very calmly sent it back.
St. Ansgar will use a timeout, 9-7. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU Volleyball Championships.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville, it is 9-7 in favor of Dunkerton. Dunkerton has the lead. Have not been able to say that much in this match. Dunkerton going to try to hang on to it and send us to a game 4. All the games on this court have been wild today. Can Dunkerton make a wild game out of it as well, or will St. Ansgar join Janesville in the 1A title game to be played in about 23 hours from now? And that one will miss wide. It is now 9-8.
Well, and I was going to say, if in the couple of times we have been able to say that, they haven't been able to hang on to it when they've been in the lead. So we've seen them get there just a little, but then something like that, they just give the point right back.
AC Meyer will serve. And Pexa with a big strike. They'll have to go over this time. They do. That one's dug out. They'll play it back to Pexa. She'll go back row. Saints will dump with Parrott. Played well by Taylor Kipp, but played out by the Raiders, and we are tied at 9.
And Pexa just kind of lost her spot there when she turned around to send that one backwards. Couldn't quite send it where she thought she wanted to, and it went wide.
9-9. Macy Meyer will serve. Pexa will have to free ball into the donuts. Nobody there for St. Ansgar, and Pexa.
She couldn't have walked it over and put it any better than she did right there.
That was placed pretty well there for Pexa. 10-9, Dunkerton in the lead here in the third set. Ava Falk trying to get into the offense, and she'll find one. One of the biggest things I see here for St. Ansgar, the big names we've been talking about all match long, we haven't talked about much here in the third, and that's Cruzy and Falk. Johnston's had a couple of them, but St. Ansgar's probably got to get that offense going.
Well, they're finding some points elsewhere, and that's really nice to be able to do. You got to figure you can go to Cruzy at some point, but right now the others are picking it up.
Just 5 kills for St. Ansgar so far. That one will be sent long. And now all of a sudden the Saints lead by 1.
Exactly where we've been before as far as them just, like we talked about, you blink, here they are, there they go.
Trailed by 2, now they lead by 1. Dunkerton can play it out. They do with Pexa. Dump back over. Pexa again on a free ball. Cruzy, there she is.
Well, Pexa got 2 out of 3.
And Cruzy credited with the kill. 14th kill of the match for Cruzy. And Dunkerton wants a timeout before this one gets away from them. 12-10 in favor of St. Ansgar. We'll take a break. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here inside the Extreme Arena. Right now we play on 2 courts. Tomorrow, starting at 10, we'll play on just 1. We've got 5 state titles coming your way tomorrow. Our friends at Iowa Public Television will have wall-to-wall coverage for you with that.
It's been back-to-back courts all week long, and all of a sudden it's just going to be one out in the middle tomorrow.
We bring in center court after having court 1 and court 2. Dunkerton puts that one into the nets, and St. Ansgar leads by 3. Dunkerton's going to need a big comeback here in this one to earn that trip to center courts. The Raiders will play it over with Haley Kipp. Now St. Ansgar will go with Falk from the back row, and she kills it from the back. Ava Falk picks up her 13th kill.
Well, you were talking about we hadn't mentioned that name, and all of a sudden there she is. She's in it, and another point for the Saints.
Both her and Cruzy jumping into the fray. That attack by Fetkether is into a block. Osgood will come back over with it. Fetkether will attack. Played in the back row by Falk. Osgood will attack. Pexa, Fetkether. Good up by both Pexa and Fetkether. St. Ansgar will play it back from Osgood, and they block it with Haley Kipp at the net.
Kipp got it, but go back to those digs that were before that. A great combination.
And now Kipp will go back to serve. Dunkerton trails by 3. It's a 14-11 lead for St. Ansgar. Overpass, and Kipp brings it back over. That was Taylor Kipp, and St. Ansgar can't return.
St. Ansgar kept it up off the floor, but the timing off on it, so it ends up in the net.
Back to serve again is Haley Kipp. 14-12. Dunkerton trails by 2. That was Cruzy. She's blocked. Osgood will get it back. Bumped over by Fetkether. Cruzy tips and scores.
Just a very simple little fingertip up over everyone and falls harmlessly to the floor.
Cruzy now has 16 kills, hitting .750 for St. Ansgar. Fetkether will attack, and it is kept alive by the Saints. No, they're going to get them for a double. The ball did not come cleanly from the St. Ansgar side to the Dunkerton side, so double is whistled for, and it's 15-13, huge one for Dunkerton. Otherwise would have been 16-12, and St. Ansgar starting to pull away, but now we're back to within 2. J.C. Johnston with the attack there. Free ball by Fetkether. Dumped over by Parrott. Fetkether will attack. Oh, St. Ansgar, not sure how they kept that one up, but they did.
Pinballed it.
It'll be set to Osgood, and she will kill.
And she makes it pay off.
Quinn Osgood racks up her 5th kill of the match, and it is 16-13. St. Ansgar can start to smell it. Dunkerton needs the comeback. Fetkether will receive. There's the attack sent wide by Taylor Kipp.
Timing off on that a little bit. She was coming down as she put the swing on. Couldn't get enough on it and watched it sail wide.
St. Ansgar's only other trip to the semifinals in girls volleyball came in 1987. They're back here in 2025, now trying to get back to their first, or trying to get to their first state title match. In 1987, the Class 1A tournament, St. Ansgar fell to Durant in 4 sets in that semifinals. Dike ended up beating Durant in the 1987 Class 1A state title match. Now St. Ansgar trying to get to their first ever title match. That one's tipped over, cannot be returned by Dunkerton. It's 18-14.
Well, the offense completely confused the Saints on the defense. They had 2 young ladies going up, and they played the wrong one.
29-4. St. Ansgar can get to a 30th win. And it is blocked. St. Ansgar counting down the points. They're at 19-14.
They are on the top of the hill starting that roll down.
Osgood back to serve. St. Ansgar has taken late leads in every set so far. They've gone on to win the first 2. But Taylor Kipp says we're not done yet, as she'll find a side out for the Raiders.
Nothing there for power, but just great job. She got a poke on it, got it off the hands at the net, and spun it to the floor.
Dunkerton will serve, trailing by 4. Taylor Kipp's serve, it's a good one. But St. Ansgar able to stay in system over Bateva Falk. Johnston will block it at the net. This time Pexa, and that is out. I think it was going to be 4 contacts.
I think the net, well, okay,
no,
they're going to say no. I thought the net blocked
it.
it.
I couldn't tell for sure. It was really close, and of course we'll default to our officials who are right on top of it. It was really close whether it hit the net or it hit St. Ansgar. And of course our officials right there on top of it. They have the best view, and they see it off the hands of St. Ansgar, and now an ace serve. Dunkerton is alive, 19-17. Raiders get back-to-back and pull within 2. Taylor Kipp will serve.
Nice serve.
Taken by Osgood. Ava Falk looking for a kill. It's an overpass out. And Ava Falk will be credited for the kill.
Well, Ash managed to get under that one, but that's all she could do. That was just pure power off of her all the way back and out of play.
St. Ansgar the first to 20. Here in the third set, and Johnston try to float serve. short it. And it was a little bit too short into the net, 20-18.
Well, we talk about that race to 20 and how important that is. And we were just mentioning the top of the hill and hitting the other side. 20 seems to be that point.
And blocked at the net by Dunkerton. It'll be a tip against St. Ansgar. A touch against St. Ansgar. And that one will go out. It is 20-19.
Haley Kipp sending that one back. So a chance to tie it up.
That one is dug out by the Saints. It'll be Cruzy trying for the kill, not able to get to it. Here come the Saints again. Ava Falk looking line, and she finds it. It'll be a touch and a 21-19 lead for the Raiders.
It's been angle, 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 and that time she sends it right down the line.
Macy Meyer back to serve. Hexa is there. Oh, miscommunication. Ash is able to free ball it back to the St. Ansgar side. And that one is blocked back down on the court as Ava Falk went up for a kill, but it's blocked right back down. Credit Dunkerton now. We mentioned that first set, no blocks for Dunkerton. We knew they're a very good blocking team. Now they have 9 in the last 2 sets.
And the block really has led the defense to the offense. We'll see if it can spark them one more time.
Dunkerton back to within 1. St. Ansgar 4 away from the win. It's played over by the Raiders. Parrott will set up Cruzy, and Cruzy finds the kill. One more for Lindsay Cruzy. She has 17.
And it is no wonder she was the TIC East Player of the Year when you watch her in person.
Service will come from Ava Falk, 3 points away for the Saints. That one's tipped over by Cruzy. Fetkether off the block and out.
Sneaks that one between the block and the net. Doesn't come back, just falls on the other side. They will certainly take that. 22-21, they're still in this one.
They sure are. 22-21. Parrott will set for Osgood. Dug out there, good by Pexa. Now Fetkether will go over with it. Coming back to Cruzy, Fetkether will play it. Taylor Kipp will find the kill. We're tied at 22. Dunkerton trying to force a game number 4.
Hello, Raiders. They have found it back, and we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout on the floor taken by the St. Ansgar Saints. It is 22-22. Just when we thought we started to celebrate there for St. Ansgar, they were getting excited. Dunkerton says we're not done yet.
They're ready to play on just a little bit more. And again, we saw the block really lit the fire for them, and they've come back and run a couple off. Now, 22 apiece. Where do we go from here? Can they keep the pedal down? So far, that's not been the case.
And here's the thing for Dunkerton. If you could somehow squeak out this set win, you get a little momentum. Anything can happen from there. Even though it's been a lot of St. Ansgar today, Dunkerton right there.
Well, I think St. Ansgar's been much more in system, as you say, and Dunkerton's been much more scramble points. And I think that's been a huge difference in the match.
It will be Haley Kipp that will serve. 22 all. Meyer will receive. Cruzy will tip. Dunkerton goes over with it. Ava Falk from the back row, and she kills it. 23-22.
The back row bomb comes out for the Saints. And they get that all-important point out of the timeout.
Lindsay Cruzy now will serve. She's got an ace in this match. It is received by Dunkerton this time. Ava Falk with a great dig. Tip over by the Saints. Pexa gets that to Ash. Meyer will play it defensively. Cruzy with a good attack. Pexa will play it the back row, though. St. Ansgar will have a chance. It's dumped over by Parrott. And now Fetkether just has to free ball it. Cruzy winds that one up, and St. Ansgar is a point away from their first ever state title match. Let's watch this one more time. As we do have a timeout on the floor, but Lindsay Cruzy.
Snap attack right at the net.
A quick set to Cruzy. They had that play designed and set up. St. Ansgar there, all huddled up. Now just 1 point away, but they got to put Dunkerton away. Dunkerton is not going to go down without a fight. 2 more points to get us to 24-24.
They have proven they've got fight left in them, and they're very scrappy in whatever it takes to get it there, to see if they can pick up these last couple. We're about to find out.
24-24. Lindsay Cruzy has been so good today. 17 kills, 3 digs. Does have a couple of blocks and a service ace. Can she lead her team to the state finals? Dunkerton will play it back over with Fetkether. It is set up to Ava Falk. She will tip into the donut, and St. Ansgar will play for the title in Class 1A.
Just a huge open spot, a great choice coming in, letting up on it, and just an easy tap home.
It will be the St. Ansgar Saints and the Wildcats of Janesville at 7 o'clock tomorrow night for the gold trophy in Class 1A. How about that? St. Ansgar controlled the entire match. Dunkerton made some runs, but in the end, it is the Saints who take the victory. Let's go downstairs for the trophy presentation here in Class 1A.
All fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medal and a commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Aaron Gerlich and Ben Benoit. Congratulations to Coach Hannah Fetkether and the Dunkerton Raiders on an outstanding 2025 volleyball season. And now, we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star star of the game, Lindsay Cruzy. This athlete's outstanding performance earns her the honor of advancing her team on the bracket to the championship match. Thanks to Quick Star for their support of the IGHSAU.
Back here in Coralville, as you see St. Ansgar celebrating, the Saints will play for a state title. St. Ansgar wins it here in Class 1A.
Well, 3 sets straight, and times felt like that's exactly where we were going, and then the Raiders would come up with something. You thought, well, maybe not. But in the end, it is a 3 sets straight to the win.
That's going to wrap up our coverage. Thank you for watching all of our coverage of the quarterfinals and semifinals here on the IGHSAU Digital Network. For our entire crew, he's Rodney Tomlinson. I'm Zared Eggestal saying good night from Coralville.